guys, welcome back to another episode of Dark Crossroads. Today we're doing something a little different. I'm covering a conspiracy theory that I have gone down a dark and long rabbit hole about, watching videos and researching, and I thought I would share it with you guys. And I'm doing this instead of covering a case because I have had a cold and so has my entire family and we're just getting over it. So I wanted to just do something fun and simple today and then get back to the true crime cases in a couple of days. And I'm sorry that it's been a little bit longer than normal to post this. We have just been really trying to get through this. Thank you for your patience and I hope you enjoy. Have you ever felt like you have lived a different life before? Maybe you suddenly remember memories that are not yours, or you remember places that you have never been. Well, there may be a reason for this. A conspiracy theory that has become more popular on social media is the egg theory. The beginning of the theory is, what if you were told that I am you and you are me? This sounds crazy, but just hear it out, okay? There is a theory, and it's called the egg theory. According to this theory, it states that you are everyone who has ever lived and will ever live in this world. So this basically is saying that you could have been Tom Hanks, you could have been Adam Sandler, you could have been Cleopatra or Hitler, or the Jews that Hitler tortured. You have been everybody, and all those people have been you. This theory was originally proposed by U.S. novelist Andy Weir, who argued that the universe is made entirely and exclusively of you, for you. See, he wrote this short story titled The Egg, which was published in 2009, which mapped out how the entire universe was created as an egg for the main character, which is represented by all of humanity. It suggests that after enough time, when you have lived every human life ever, you will finally be born as a god. So the idea is that through living all of these lives and gathering all of this knowledge, you are becoming a more higher, stronger, intelligent being. A key quote from the story is, once you've lived every human life throughout all of time, you will have grown enough to be born, truly born. So theoretically, the way this works is that every time that you die, you get reincarnated, and then you turn into another human being. So theoretically, in this life, you are you, but in your next life, you could be Rihanna or your mom or anybody else. Everything you learn in your past life comes to you in your next life. So what if this is why some people are so good at maybe math, but other people suck at it? It's because those people learned math in their past life. So because of this, after being reincarnated over so many times, you will eventually know everything and become your own God. The main thing to take away from all of this is the ultimate golden rule story. Every time that you treat somebody bad, you're treating yourself bad. The person that you bullied in school, yeah, that's you. Your lover, yeah, that's also you. That's why it's so important to, instead of putting people down and looking down upon people, treat them with love and respect and know that they're in their own fight. Andy stated that his inspiration to write the Egg short story was that it originally came up because he was having an argument with his aunt. He thought that her point of view was ridiculous, but thinking about it later, figured if he had lived her life, her opinion would make more perfect sense to him. It got him thinking about a system where people live each other's lives. His hope for what the readers would take out of this story is that he wanted the readers to change their mindset, if only for a short amount of time, and start imagining themselves really being the people that they meet. The Egg is interesting on a number of different levels. It's narrated from the perspective of a god, or a source of being, consciousness, or whatever name you prefer. God is having a simple, seemingly down-to-earth conversation with a human. You can envision God any way you want. If you could have a conversation with consciousness, what would you say? If you could be with being, what do you imagine it would be like? These can be enlightening thought experiments that we don't often consider in our day-to-day lives. And unlike the story, you don't have to wait for a traumatic experience to do this. Another key takeaway from this story is that death is natural. Death can obviously be a tough concept for people to wrap their heads around. There is a famous quote that states, "If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up." Another thing that people have taken from this story is that the relationships that you have are the most important thing in your life. The lessons of life aren't about wealth or fame or working harder and harder. The clearest message that we get from life is good relationships keep us happier and healthier. The meaning of life is up to you. There is no answer. The real answer is because. You get to make up your own answer. That is the beauty of it. If there was a single answer, we would not be free. We would be trapped. We would all have to live to that answer. Luckily, there is no answer. In short, the moral of all of this is that everybody is interconnected and part of one another. All experiences, good and bad, are small parts of a unique world that was created for you to grow and mature in. The meaning of life is that once you start to see yourself and others, you will reach a godly state of being where you understand everyone in your world's unique experiences and believe that everybody is valuable and worthy. Your soul may leave one body, but will reappear in another. We are not a single human, but many with the same soul. This story teaches you that death should not be feared, as it is necessary for you to ascend to your final position as a god amongst gods, outside of the confines of your own personal universe. The Egg. This is the short story, The Egg, by Andy Weir. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident, nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? You asked. Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly, no point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yeah, I said. I died? Yeah, but don't feel bad about it. Everybody dies, I said. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? You asked. Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God? You asked. Yep, I replied. I'm God. My kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, or possibly a 1/3 woman. Some vague authority figure maybe, more of a grammar school teacher than the almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will secretly be relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, you said, so what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You will be reincarnated. Ah, you said, so the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Oh, nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So what's the point then? You asked. When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby? So all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter? Not so, I said. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences that you had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you would start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots and lots. And in lots of different lives, I said. This time around, you will be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You stammered. You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time, as you know it, only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from, you said? Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere else, and there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, that happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know what's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously, I asked. Seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical? Well, it's a reasonable question, you persisted. I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and you mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else, I said. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth? They're all you. Different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap on the back. I'm every human being who ever lived, or who will ever live, yes. So I'm Abraham Lincoln. Yes, and you're John Wilkes Booth, too, I added. I'm Hitler, you said, appalled. And you're the millions that he killed. I'm Jesus. And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, I said, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness that you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why, you asked me, why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said, incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, it's just an egg, I answered. And now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And with that, I sent you on your way. Alright guys, so thanks for hanging out again today. I hope you like this. I will be covering other things like this. If you don't like it, let me know. If you want to hear more, also let me know. You can contact me about anything at darkcrossroadspodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on our website. And don't forget to do all the things, like, rate, review, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. We will be opening the store soon. I'm trying to have the grand opening by Halloween. Today is currently October 24th. So look out for that. We're going to be having some discount opening blah, blah, blah. Also, if you want to subscribe to help me get more content out and put more towards the podcast, you can find that on the link on wherever this is shared. It's through Buzzsprout. It's a subscriber only content. You will get a lot of extra stuff. And you can also choose what you want to donate to the podcast. And also, I just wanted to add in here that I had a Facebook page for the podcast. I had a lot of followers, but it got hacked and we ended up having to shut the entire page down. So we have opened a new page. It's a profile now, so you can follow it and friend it. You can find that at dcp.crossroadspodcast. Alrighty, guys. So let me know how everything's going. Let me know what you want to hear. Any cases you want me to cover, I'm up for it all. I have a lot of cases that have been sent to me. I am looking into them. I have been researching them, and they will be coming out soon. So also check out for those. But with all that said, don't forget to be weird, stay different, and don't trust anyone. Goodbye. Dark Crossroads Podcast is brought to you by Problem Wildlife. Problem Wildlife serves Western Massachusetts and has been humanely protecting your house and family from unwanted pests for over 20 years. Take back your space with an animal control service that you can trust. They are family-owned, fully licensed, and are knowledgeable and dependable. To find out more about their services, simply visit their website at www.problemwildliferemoval.com. Again, that's www.problemwildliferemoval.com. And the website will also be included in our show notes.